Hey guys, welcome to the Parrott Bros channel. Today we're going to do a video on fitting a Cupra R front splitter to the Audi TT 225 front bumper. Just a quick how-to guide from start to finish. If you'd like to see how to remove the bumper, we've actually removed the bumper to fit the V6 grille. But if you wanted to see how to remove the bumper to fit it on the floor, then head over to our channel. There's a how to remove the front bumper video. Failing that, you can also do the exact same steps on the car. It's entirely up to you. I just thought while the front bumper was off, I'll do it on the floor, as I'm sure it's going to be a little bit easier to do the drilling and whatnot. So guys, we'll get stuck in. Right, so all I've done is taken it out of the packet and stuffed it underneath the front bumper. Now as you can see, we've got a bit of a height issue. It sits a little bit too high underneath the standard bumper. There's a bit of a gap. So what we've got to do to start with is trim both of these centre bars down a little bit, just to enough that we can obviously relieve this gap here, and then also we need to remove, just pull it out, on here, on each of these tabs we need to remove the small lug there, just so it's flush, to make for a better fitting. Because obviously normally this would push into clips on a Cupra, but what we want to do is make it flush, just so it'll mount flush against the bottom of the bumper, because as you know, I'll show you, the TT bumper is, apart from very scratch, is dead flat along the bottom. Someone's obviously been rallying this car before I had it, hence the scratches. Luckily they're at the bottom so you don't see it unless you're a mechanic, and then, well, you already know this car's done a lot of miles, so it doesn't matter. So we'll go ahead with trimming them off, and I'll give you some exact measurements in a minute once I've worked it out 100%. Guys, just wanted to quickly show you cutting some of the side tabs off. Obviously I won't show you them all, but I've got a Stanley knife. It's easier to do with a Dremel if you've got one, but I haven't got one to hand. So I just thought I'd show you the hardest way, and then obviously if you've got a Dremel, happy days. If not, you know how to use it. So I've got a Stanley knife, new blade, and you're trying to cut the top of the tab off. So keep your hand out of the way and just run the Stanley knife across it like that. It's quite... Get a good grip on it. It's quite easy. It's quite soft plastic, and if you need to do a few attempts at it, it's not too hard to do. There you go. Look, comes off nice and easy. There you go. All done. So it's dead smooth. Same as all the rest that I've done at the side there. You can see, and I'll do the rest of them, and then I'll come back to you when I've finished. Okay, guys. Once you've cut down all the tabs along both sides, you want to come to the two centre posts, and what you're going to be doing is measuring down from the bottom, measuring up 15 millimeters. So I'll see if I can show you side on there. Look. So get your tape measure, and then 15 millimeters from the splitter, and that's where you're going to be cutting it on both. Always make sure you measure twice once you've marked it. 15 millimeters, 15 millimeters. Now we'll get them cut with a hacksaw, so we get a nice straight cut, and then we'll be ready to start drilling holes and mocking up for fitment. Okay guys, let me just grab a hacksaw. Now with any cutting, it's always easier if there's two of you. Unfortunately I'm on my own again, but I'll do the best I can. So get it rested as firm as you can, trying to get a nice straight cut. Again, we'll measure that, 15 millimeters, perfect. Okay guys, so what we're going to do is drill a hole in all of the bits where you've taken the tabs off. That way if we need them all, you can. I'm going to use a nut and bolt fixing rather than self-tappers, because I've had quite a few spoilers get caught and then come flying off in the past. So nut and bolt just means it will definitely stay on there. No matter what speed, if you use it on track or whatever, if it's nut and bolted, you know it's going to stay there. So what we're going to do is just drill a 6mm hole in each of these, which I will do now. I'll start with a smaller bit just to make it easier, and then we'll go up to a 6mm afterwards. Right, now what we're going to do is we need to mask the bumper and the splitter just so that we can get a central point on both, so that when we fit it we'll get it 100% in the middle. There's nothing worse than everything being slightly off where it should be. So I'll just go and grab some masking tape and then we'll get that done. Also guys, once you've cut down the two, what you want to do is try and drill a little hole in the front, just like that. It's an open hole. I don't know if you can see there, but you can see through the gap. Got my blue glove behind, you can see, but if you can drill a hole 6mm there, you'll see it's just enough to put a bolt on. Obviously when you put a washer on, it will hold it against that edge nicely. Try and do that as close to the front as possible. Perfect. There you go. If you can see that. Put my glue glove behind. There's a little 6mm hole there. Right guys, so I've masked the front here, as you can see. I'm just going to measure between the two central supports, which is 19. So it's 9.5 is centre. We'll draw a little line. We'll just check that both sides. 9.5, 9.5. So that's where we're going to be mounting that along with the bumper. Now what I'll do is grab the camera. I've done the same on the bumper. You can see there. And what I'll be doing is using the lower half of the grille to measure the centre. So we go from we'll go from that part of the grille there. So that is centre to centre is 80. So we'll go 40, which is there, and then we'll just check it again against the lower portion. So from where it starts to curve is 72, so it'll be 36, which is perfect where it is there. So that's our central point, that's where we'll be meeting it with our splitter. I'll zoom in a little bit. What we're trying to do is get it so it sits underneath at the front bumper while still maintaining the centre point. So let's get the centre lined up, which is there. And what we're trying to do is hide the mounting point, which is there, on both sides. Which I'd say is probably somewhere about there. That looks like the sweet spot to me. How does that look on camera? That looks pretty good. We'll get that nipped up and see where we are. Right, so once you've mocked it up and you're happy that it's in the centre, what I've done is just popped one, as you can see, we zoom in, I've just popped one hole in the first tab on both sides in the centre, and what we'll do then is we'll get it mounted all the way round. You want to try and get it to the point so that when you're at the end here, we zoom down a bit, you're just to the side of where the mudguard meets, which will be just there. You can see there's like an outline, like a rectangular outline on here. If you can get it to just there, what we'll need to do later on is just trim it down once you're finished, because obviously the splitter is a little bit longer than the bumper. So all I'm going to do now is just whiz round them, get them all drilled, zoom out, and then I will come back to you when I'm done. Okay, what I've done is start with the outer two. I'll do the ones at the furthest, and then I can mark the rest, and we can get it in nice and simple. So I'll just push the bolt through there just to hold it. I'll do the same this side. Oh, I've missed the 6mm on this trim. Right, so just to the side, mark it so I know where I'm drilling. Again, we'll just stick a bolt in there, and I can mark the rest. Okay, now it's up to you how many fixings you want. I'm probably just going to do every other, because I don't think I'll need 20 fixings holding on a 500 gram plastic splitter. So I've just got a Sharpie. And I'll just go around and mark a couple where I'm going to put them. So now we've got it all drilled, what I'll do is I'll go and start putting the bolts coming inwards, outwards from inside with the nuts on the bottom to make it easier for fixing. And there we go. I'll come back to you when it's all done. Okay guys, so now I've put all the bolts in that I'm happy with, sort of one every other-ish. I'm just going to drill the two centre supports once the thing's bolted down, because it's quite floppy and it's just not the easiest thing to do. So I'm going to drill it now. There you can see what I'm doing. So through the holes I've already drilled in there, I've made sure there's nothing the other side. I'm just going to drill through into the bumper. Now everything I've used is stainless steel because it's going to be in the wet, and you obviously don't want it to rust if you're using nuts and bolts. At the end I'll go through all the sizes of everything I've used, just so you can get an idea. So for the centre supports with everything, I put a washer on both sides, and I've used nylock nuts so they won't come loose at any point. So yeah, just a washer each side, and then these should just push through from the inside. They're a bit tight as obviously it's a 6mm bolt, 6mm hole, so it is a snug fit, but it does go. Right, so just pop your washers on and your nylocks. I'm not going to go mad tight because at the end of the day it's just a support. There we go. Now that's all done. We'll get it. Let me just pull you back a bit and we'll put it on the floor and you can have a look. And there you go. That's the splitter fitted at the front part. Now what we got to do is just go round to the side. As you can see, just take the camera down. But we've got a bit of excess there that needs to be removed now. It's up to you whether you do it on or after, before or after you've obviously fitted it to the bumper. I'm going to have to do it after because we've got it all bolted on now. So we'll just take a hacksaw. Carefully, I'll put some masking tape against the bumper so I don't scuff it, and I'll just cut that flush, and then that will sit against the sort of mud splash guard that they have on the front bumper, and then we'll be done, ready to fit the bumper back on again. And then it's done guys, so we've fitted the bumper back onto the car, all bolted back up again, fitted the new V6 or facelift front grille 3-bar and the Cupra R Splitter, and I am chuffed. I think it looks brilliant. It really sort of makes the front of the car. I'll go further away so you can have a good look at it. I mean, yeah, look at that. Oh, beautiful. Really chuffed. I mean, I've been out here probably 2 hours, and that includes obviously making the video, fitting the splitter, fitting the grille, taking the bumper on and off. So yeah, good morning. But yeah, hope you enjoyed guys. If you want to see any videos of anything else, or you'd like to comment on ways you've done it to help others, then that's great. We're all in it together. But yeah, so that's the front mods done for now. There you go. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching guys. It's another video from the Parrott Bros.